Well, the Las Vegas Raiders thought it was cool, and they went ahead and did it. They went ahead and extended quarterback Geno Smith, giving him an additional 2 years on the contract. And the Dallas Cowboys, what are they doing? They went out there and traded for Joe Milton, and then Trey Hendricks called out the Bengals on their contract negotiations. Y'all know me and Stevo gonna talk about it and break it all down right after this.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by the host, Stevo. What's the word, my guy?
Yo.
Hey, so if y'all tuned in with us today, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. Stevo, a few weeks ago, Geno Smith went and joined his former head coach, Pete Carroll, over there in Las Vegas after it seemed like the Seattle Seahawks was going to kind of move in another direction. We thought that, at least coming into all this draft talk, that at least my train of thought was that, hey, go out there, you got Geno, he can go ahead and fill the void for a little bit. Still go out there and get Shador. I don't know. But they re-up on him. Let's talk about the re-up first. They gave him an additional 2 years on the contract with $75 million with incentives that can push the total up to $85 million. And he does still have $66 million in guaranteed money. Before we start talking about the expectations moving into the draft, what do you think about the extension for Geno Smith?
I mean, it ain't bad money. I just don't see what's the point of doing it. Like, I don't see what's the end result. Like, is somebody down the pipeline 2 years from now that you got your eyes on that you think gonna be ready at that time? I think that's a long shot. Especially you don't know what's gonna happen between them 2 years. But like I said, it's not terrible money. It's like they could have gave him $100 million due to what he's done in Seattle and what his last contract was. But um, yeah, like I just don't like the direction of it. Like you it's a stagnant type of move. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't gonna get no better. Yes, he's an upgrade due to the past quarterbacks you had in the past 2 years, but it's not a significant. Like I wasn't against the move with him going with his old coach and Pete Carroll, and then you possibly having somebody you ready when you're ready to draft them, you let them sit behind Geno, learn, and then when it's ready to hand that ball off to him, then that's the direction I feel like was best. But to put some heavy money down on somebody for 2 years, that's saying you gonna rock with them all them 2 years. So hey, I mean, to me, I just don't get the process of that with y'all having so much else to focus on the offense and defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And like, I ain't mad at the man getting his money. I think that, hey, go and get your money. Geno Smith has resurrected his career. He's been a hell of a quarterback, especially under Pete Carroll. But to your point, okay, so what are we doing? We know that Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the NFL. We know he doesn't have 5, 6, 7 years down the line of coaching left in him. And then you kind of tied that into with Geno. And then you got to consider the division that you're in. You're in the AFC West with Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and now Bo Nix. I understand that you want to make sure you got something that's solidified to where you can go out there and compete with those guys within the division and around the AFC. But to your point, okay, so after 2 years, what's happening after that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you
Mm-hmm.
had to go out there and jump and move up to go and get a Shador or something like that. But what's going to follow that? Where is the foresight for the organization? Because Geno Smith is what, 34, 35 years old? And now you saying you're going to play to about 38 years old for the organization in this division with other great head coaches and good quarterbacks? Come on, bro. It's a little weird thing right now. Are you just going into this saying we just want to compete, or do you go or are you going into this saying that we want to make the playoffs. We want to give us a chance to win a championship. That move does not
You don't
signal
have the
that I want
tools.
to. Yeah, that doesn't signal we want to go win a championship, at least right now.
You don't have the position to say I want to win or be competitive because you don't have the tools to be competitive. Like you just hanging on by a thread at this point. Do the right thing. Start rebuilding this thing the right way. That's the best route to go. You doing this is just stagnating the process. Like you gonna in the end, I could see you wasting 3 years of this for no reason.
Mm. So just kind of let's tie it into like this upcoming draft. Now, does that signal that they're feeling like Shador won't be there, or do you feel like they're like to hell with Shador? We're not really in love with him as a quarterback, and is it kind of more signaling just saying, "Hey, we gonna go out there and get us another blue chip player," and let's just say Aston Genty, because that's been a player that's been thrown around the Las Vegas Raiders. How you looking at that whole thing moving forward with the draft?
It's hard to say what side it is because we both heard from reports from that various organization of both sides. They're not sold. They do like him, or they don't think he's gonna be there. I'm hearing a lot of the same things, so it's hard to say which one it is. I think it might just be a combination of all three.
Mm.
They want him, they don't like him, they don't think he's up to the par, or they think they can't get him.
Yeah, I think that, I'm not mad at it for you trying to position yourself to where you gotta, you know what I'm saying, pivot a little bit. But to an earlier point when we was first talking about it with our draft storyline series, we was pretty much, hey, if you really want to go out there and build this thing out for the future, consider trading back. Let a team
I've
be
been more
thirsty.
better.
Let a team be thirsty. Consider trading back. You got some decent pieces around the team. You got you a Max Crosby. You got you Brock Bowers. Now you got you a competent quarterback that can hold down the fort. You got so many other holes to fill on both sides of the ball. You don't need to be trying to trade up. So I understand it in that aspect. So I would say, hey, if you're the Las Vegas Raiders, you should be trying to acquire as much talent as you possibly can moving forward.
Hmm.
So we'll see about that one, though. I ain't too mad at it, Geno. Get your money. It's just that, hey, how are you going to compete within your own division first? Because that's what you got to make. Yes, that's 6 games versus them teams. That's 6 games. And you know what I'm saying? Those guys play hard for Antonio Pierce. I think they're going to play hard for Pete Carroll. But, hey, different coaches call for different things with certain players. And everybody may not respond the same way to Pete Carroll as they did for Antonio Pierce. But we'll see.
Yep,
For
we're
sure.
gonna see. I hope it
Definitely.
work out for him.
For real. Now, another move that just took place not too long ago is the Dallas Cowboys. First and foremost, what the hell are they doing? Stevo, the Dallas Cowboys, instead of going out there and getting another running back, instead of going out there and getting another pass rusher to help Michael Parsons, instead of paying Michael Parsons, they went out there and they traded for Joe Milton, the third quarterback that was backing up Drake May in New England. They traded him for a 5th-round pick. It's kind of crazy to me if you ask me, because Dak Prescott is still locked up for 2028 until 2028. And you just traded for Trey Lance like a year ago. Steve, what the hell are the Dallas Cowboys doing, bro?
Doing shit. They're just doing shit. They just. I like that kid. I've been seeing. I can just see him. I can see Jimmy now. Jim was just sitting there watching his tapes on him. All these clips of him training over the off season. That 80 arm bomb he threw. He fell in love with him. Like we could use that. That's a Texas football player right there. And he just broke him in for the fuck of it.
That's
I
crazy.
don't know what the fuck they doing. Yeah, you got what's that? Four quarterbacks on the roster now, 3 or 4.
It'll be 3 now because Cooper Rush
One,
left.
one of them being the most expensive quarterback in the league.
I think
That's
he the
tied
highest paid.
the highest paid to 2028. And you
Crazy.
already got little North Dakota that you just traded for 2 years ago. Then you gonna come here and trade, and then this is my thing. They the one and the same. They have the same struggles. How you gonna get two backups that got the same damn struggles? It struggles with the damn consistency of the fucking quarterback that's your starting quarterback. Like, look, let's just the Cowboys doing cowboy shit. They just randomly doing stuff. This is why they traded a 5th round pick. Am I correct?
Yes.
Why?
I can't tell you, brother. I can't tell you.
Michael Parsons, fuck the money. Get me out of there.
Oh,
Cause y'all just doing anything.
for real. I ain't mad. The Cowboys is just like, bro, at some point you just gotta chalk it up to that y'all just tripping out. And Jerry, I understand that you want to go out there and relive those championships you won back in the 90s. But bro, ever since you won those championships, you ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing since you won those championships. Hand the keys over to real actual football guys.
Man, you ain't did shit
And
since
take a back
Dez.
seat. You
You need
fell asleep during free agency. Your son was on the golf course and y'all barely did anything. And you just went out there and disrespected one of your star players by saying, I don't even know who his agent is. How? We know who his agent is because the agent is so damn good. What are we talking about? And you are in the business, and let it be known that you are a marketing man for the Cowboys, and this is America's team. How? You just doing bonehead stuff at like it's just bonehead shit at the bonehead shit coming from the Cowboys organization and the two guys that's running the show, Jerry and his son, not having a pulse or what's going on currently with their team. It's only so long before people just going, well, that I don't know. I know in Chicago, we'll pull out the fire, we'll sell the team signs. I ain't never seen a Cowboys fan come out to the stadium with a sell the team sign. I don't think they're going to do that. This is probably a bit over the top. But at some point, somebody got to say, Jerry, hire a football guy, cuz what are we doing, bro? There's no foresight with how you planned this team out. And you had some decent teams in the playoffs and completely fell apart these past few years with you still at the helm. You gotta hand the keys over to some actual football guys so y'all can go golf, take as many naps as you want to. Just give it up, bro. At some point, you gotta just give it up.
This motherfucker he's easily the stupidest damn owner in sports right now. Like, it's not, it's like, I've never seen somebody just get stupider and more stupid as this motherfucker be sounding like Trump. Like, that's how stupid this motherfucker be sounding. Every week I just be like, what? Like, do you hear yourself? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody need to tell Miss Biden cousin to sit the hell down. It's done. He just run. He just playing with house money at this point. This is fun to him at this point. He don't care about winning.
He's selling the dream to the Cowboys fans, man. That's what it's about. He's selling the dream. Reminds me of another Jerry in Chicago. Just selling the dream. The concession stands are gonna be great. We're gonna have great meals and great beer. And exquisite water. This is gonna be top notch
water.
Yeah, come on. We're America's team. No, do better, bro. Cause y'all done had some decent teams and y'all ain't did nothing, bro. And I know Cowboys fans are like, what? Why? like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. You could have, if you wanted a backup, you could have just waited. like if you wanted another backup, there's some couple guys on the street that you can go out there and pick up. Hell, it's gonna be some guys later in the rounds that you can go out there and draft, and it's gonna be some undrafted free agents that's gonna be out there that you, if for the sake of just having a guy with, yeah, it's just weird, bro. I don't know what the Cowboys doing.
There's no sense of it. Like, I can't even see the goodness of it.
Like what? Like, I guess
all the moves you made this season, this off season, Joe Milton.
Hey, they first signing for free agency was a long snapper. That should tell you everything.
A long snapper. And was Joe Milton drafted?
He was drafted, I believe.
5th round.
I forgot what. Probably that's what it seemed like it's lining up at.
Cause I remember Joe Milton vividly since he was at Michigan, and he was
Yeah.
A 6th round pick. You pay for a 5th round. You pay. Hold on. You traded a 5th pick for a 6th. Whatever. I ain't got that to say.
Let them have it. Hey, Cowboys fans, we appreciate y'all, but y'all owner, oh my God. He ruining y'all name, bro.
That's
Y'all
like
supposed to be
paying.
America's team,
That's like
gang.
paying a premium price for a Hyundai Civic 2010 with 120,000 miles on it.
Crazy work. Now, before we get up out of here, man, we got to talk about Trey Hendricks. He came out there, he pretty much called out the Bengals for the contract negotiations, pretty much saying open lines of communication is always open with me and my agent. So if they have anything they'll like to discuss, we've been nothing but willing to listen. He went on to say through this process, communication, when I say it's been poor, it's been like here and there. In respect to Jamar and T, I don't want to take anything from all the great things they've accomplished in their careers. They deserve everything that they've gotten, and no doubt in my mind, they're going to excel in the National Football League. I have a tremendous respect for both of them, but when it comes to my situation, it would have been nice to know in some ways, like, hey, we're going to put you in the queue. No problem with me. End quote. Man, he has some words to say for him, bro. How you feeling?
I don't know what he expected. Like at the end of the day, you should have known once they tagged Teague, they weren't worried about you.
Mm,
They was worried about if we don't get these 2 wide receivers under contract, the whole franchise could be damned because Joe gonna be want to be out this bitch.
mm,
So sorry to say, no matter we already know the type of player Trey Hendricks is, but they're gonna let a 30-year-old pass rusher go before they let 2 primetime receivers and potentially a fucking generational quarterback off their hands. And that's just the unfortunate situation. Yeah, could they been more honest about the situation? Yeah, but I just know how this league run. The motherfuckers weren't thinking about you, Trey, and you should have known that. Your mind honestly should have been elsewhere to begin with. That's why they told you you want to go. You didn't come to them saying you want to trade. They said, "Hey, bro, if you want to go look for some other places to get traded to, by all means, go do it."
right.
The organization is saying in so many words, you're not you're not what's important right now.
Oh, I think that's the reality, and that's straightforward. I think that's a straightforward response, and everything that they done has said that they allowed him to go out there and seek trades. For a team that wants to keep a guy, they tag him or they say, "No, we ain't trading." But the problem is that on the flip side of the Bengals, y'all don't want him, but y'all expect people to pay premium price for him. We know you don't want him, so let me go ahead and send you this third and get me the player. Yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not giving you a first round pick. I'm not giving you a second round pick. I give you a third and a fifth, and we can call it a day. We
Yep.
don't know what some of those if people there was reports that and rumors that there was some interest, but we don't know how far those interests and those discussions went. But what we did hear, at least some rumors, is that your asking price was too high. So if you don't want him, you don't want to pay him, let him go. Get what you can. I ain't saying you take pennies on the dollar, but you
Get
got
what
to
you
bend a
can.
little bit if you don't want to get this man his money.
Mm-hmm.
Let him go. Let him go for that third and that fifth, and call it a day. So I understand Trey Hendrickson's, you know what I'm saying, frustration. But to your
I
point,
do too. Yeah.
you gotta keep Joe Burrow happy. And what's gonna keep him happy is the guys that can catch the slant and take that mug to the house, or the big fella on the other side who can go ahead and get you a jump ball touchdown and tell the smaller guy he too little or get off. That's what's gonna keep Joe happy.
Yeah, it just shows you like the difference. And I think that's the biggest thing to come out of this whole segment is it shows the difference in how organizations and good organizations handles things. Cause like for example, we could talk about with us and Jalen Johnson. At first, we was like, "Hey, go seek a trade. You think you at the time, based on how he was playing, he wanted a certain amount of money, and at the
Mhm.
time, we was telling you, hey, dog, we willing to pay you, just not that until we see what you want,
Right.
and we gave him that option to go seek a trade, da 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 da, and we gonna come back to it unless we can match it." And I think unfortunately we matched it or we did something to the point where we was gonna revisit it. We was gonna no, he just can't. He took the trade back and he just said we gonna talk about it later. And
Yep.
that's essentially what's going to be. He bet on himself. He played up to standard. He got them turnovers. And get what? We paid him.
And now the deal look great because they paid him on time and early. And the
Yeah.
problem is that the Bengals, they waited too late. Because if you
Hmm.
take care of this early, right after the season, take care of it right after the season,
You don't
you
have this
don't have to
problem.
worry about $35 million that you got to match with Max Crosby. You don't have to
Mhm.
worry about $40 million that you have to worry about with Myles Garrett. You don't have to worry about that stuff. But to your point, organizations operate differently, and you can tell which ones got the GMs that want to move quick and move smart, and you got the other ones that's gonna sit there and wait like a Jerry
Lollygag.
Jones.
Yep.
So
And
I understand your frustrations, man, but it
the
is what
Ravens on
it
the
is.
wall, folks. The Ravens. That's my thing. Like, I get his frustration, but for him to be that frustrated and not see what was going on is like you kind of lead. I like, and to some degree, I get it. Like, you feel like you a pillar of an organization. You put all these blood, sweat, and tears, injuries, and all that. You think you want this that respect. I'm just saying they've disrespected some of the greats.
Yes.
What makes you
That's
think
a
you
fact.
gonna be any different?
Tough business. That's the NFL though. But hey, y'all let us know y'all thoughts and everything down below. We about to get up out of here. Stevo, you got anything left, brother?
Folks.
But all right, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of NFL Central. Before y'all leave, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well. The chatter and the rumors is picking up. So we gonna start picking up that content as well. So y'all make sure y'all lock in and keep on tuning in. And share this with somebody you think that might enjoy it, man. We appreciate y'all. But we up out of here. Catch y'all on the next for sure.